Hi, this is the first in a series of videos created to help you learn the basic skills in Autodesk Inventor, which is the software package you are going to be using all year and learning to master the 3D modeling. So to find Inventor, you're going to always go to the start bar and you can just type in Inventor. And while we're getting that opened up, I want to just remind you that these videos are designed to let you go at your own pace, so you should pause them whenever you need to. You can rewind them, replay them as many times as you need to. So we're looking for Autodesk Inventor Professional 2016, so click on that when you find it. And this is what it's going to look like the very first time Inventor opens. So you're going to say start working. If you want to watch some tutorials or learn something new, you can always click on start learning. And we're going to first create a part. So in this video, you're going to learn how to create a new part, which is what eventually is going to be your puzzle cube pieces. After we do some practice, you're going to learn how to save the part file to your Y drive, make a 2D sketch, finalize the sketch, extrude a 2D sketch into a 3D shape, and then you're going to learn to take a screenshot and insert that screenshot into the activity on Hapara. So you're going to create a new part, and this video is going to show you how to make a simple cube, just a 1 by 1 by 1 cube. And we're going to see some different ways you can maneuver, and so I'm going to talk about your different mouse buttons once we start creating a sketch. You have a left mouse button, you have a right mouse button, and you have a middle roller that you can actually hold down to do some movements within Inventor. So you're going to see that this relates a lot to the hand sketching you've done. We're going to be dealing always with a front, a right, and a top view in Inventor. So you'll see an isometric view when you click on a home button. And this is the first time I'm loading Inventor on my computer, and that's why it's taking so long. But I wanted you to see that startup screen. So when it finally opens a part window, it's going to show you your planes, your axes. And you're just going to choose one. And you can see this is the workspace that you'll always see when Inventor starts up. And this is the cube that shows you where your, which orientation that you're in. So if you click on Start 2D Sketch, which is what you're always going to start with, you'll see the planes pop up. And this is an isometric view of the plane, so front, right, and top. So you have an XZ plane, you have an XY plane, and you have a YZ plane. And anytime you want to go back to this view, you just click on this little house, the home button. I'm going to choose just the XZ plane to start our sketch on. It doesn't really matter because we're always going to be adding that third dimension. So once you click on a plane, it's going to bring you a workspace, and this is the center of the workspace where this dot is. If I want to create a sketch now, in this case we're going to create a simple cube, and it's going to be 1 by 1 by 1, so I'm going to start with a rectangle. And once you click on rectangle, I can click when the dot turns green with the left mouse button. So I'm going to click and let go, and then drag over. So now my hand is off the mouse, and I can type in dimensions. This is one of the features that makes Inventor a technical software for engineering rather than more of an animation style software. So I'm just going to type in 1 because I want it to be 1 inch. And then I'm going to hit the tab button on your keyboard, tab key, and it's going to go to the other dimension, and I'm going to type in a 1 there and hit enter because I want it to be 1 by 1, my basic square. And now some of my square is off the screen, so you can do a couple of things. One thing is you can use your cursor, press the middle roller button down and hold it. So I'm going to press it down and hold it. And then I'm going to drag my square over where I can see it and let go. I can also zoom in or zoom out, moving the roller forward, and I can zoom in by moving the roller backward. And I can also come click on the house, and it's going to give me back that ISO view. In this case, I drew on the XZ plane, so I'm just seeing the bottom of that square. So this is how you always create a sketch, and once you make a sketch of any shape that you wish, you're going to need to finish the sketch. So you click Finish Sketch, this checkbox, And now you have your sketch that you can work with to make something go from 2D to 3D. And to do that, you're going to click on this extrude button, and then you need to tell it what shape do I want to extrude. So I'm going to hover over. It actually assumed it for me because I only have one shape. And it's assuming that I want it to be 1 inch high. I could change that, but I actually do want it to be 1 inch high. If I typed something else in this box, 2, it would pop up some more. But I wanted 1 inch, 1 by 1 by 1, so I'm going to return it to 1. And when I like what it's doing, I can just click this green checkbox. There are also the same extrude. There's like a wider variety of choices in this menu. I could click OK here. I can change the directions of extrusion. I can make it go 1 down instead of in the positive direction. I'm going to just change it back there. I'm moving this around with that middle mouse button again. And I can click OK. Now I have my simple cube. There are a couple of things that you could do with this now. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to save this file on your Y drive. So anytime you need to save, which I would recommend saving when you start something in the future, you're going to click on the big I and say Save As. And then you're going to find your drive. Your drive is under My Computer or Computer. And when you click on Computer, you're going to see that there's a drive that has your name on it. It'll say should say your first initial of your first name and then your entire last name. This is called your Y drive, and if I hover over this, you can see that there's a Y with a dot dot after it. So I'm going to double click in there, and you should save your file here. And I want you to name your file with your first name and the first initial of your last name. So I'm giving you an example. And then I want you to call this first file Cube. Once you have your file name set up, just click Save, and now it's on your Y drive. I'm going to show you one more thing with the cube, and I'm going to use this browser window, which is what this whole menu is called on the left side of your screen. If I want to make my cube a certain color, I can click on the very top item on this browser window, and that's the part file. .ipt is what a part file is, the file extension, just like .doc is for a Word document, or .txt is for a text file. So if I click on the part file, the main object, and then I click on the appearance menu, this little color wheel, now I can change the look of my cube to anything I want. And when I like what I've found, and I'm going to make mine, I'm going to try to find a purple. There's a clear blue. That one's kind of fun. So you can go through this whole menu, choose something you like. Maybe I'll just go with clear green to make it a little faster. When you find something you like, you can right click, so click on the right mouse button and say Assign to Selection. I'm going to click now with the left. So right to bring the menu up. So let me do that again. Right click to bring up the menu, and then left click on Assign to Selection. Once you do that, it's going to hold that appearance that you chose on the object that you assigned it to. So this is our simple cube. Once you get this far, and let me show you a couple other things. I can change the way that I'm looking at this cube. I can look at it from the front. I can use these arrows to spin it around and look at the right side. I can look at the top. I can change directions by using these rotating menus. And then if I want to go back to that isometric, the ISO view, I can click back on the house. So once you have your simple cube finished, you're going to take a screenshot and put it into the activity in Hapara. So let me show you how to do that. Everybody on your computer has a tool that's called the snipping tool. So if you click on the snipping tool, it'll bring up a menu, and it starts wanting you to take your screenshot right away, which is why everything's grayed out. So if I grab, left click, and then hold it down, and then basically highlight the area that I want, which is the cube, and then let go, it's going to ask me, what do I want to do? So this is the snipping tool menu, and I can click copy, and if I click copy, then I can just go into my Hapara assignment, which is right here. You'll be able to find this under Unit 4. And I can click into the box. This is for video. This is actually for video 2. Let me go back up to video 1. So you're going to click in the simple cube box, and then you can do Control V to paste, or you can right click and click paste, and it's going to put your screenshot right inside of that activity. So this is all I really wanted to show you on the first video. Play around with Inventor. Pause the video, try those steps. You can even explore other menu options if you want to just see what you can figure out on your own, and you can rewatch the video if you need to. This is the only thing that's required to be in your activity. If you need help, you can ask your classmates, and when you're ready and you've got your screenshot in the activity, you can move on to video 2.